Did you hear about the latest update on the housing market? The National Home Price NSA Index, a trusted source for tracking home values for over 3 decades, has just released some interesting data. The average price of existing homes in the U.S. has increased by almost 6% since the start of the year, and by 2.6% compared to the same period last year. This is actually quite a big deal since it's higher than the typical yearly increase we've seen in the last 30 years. According to Case-Shiller, a respected research organization in the field of housing, this growth is well above the median full calendar year increase they've observed. So if you're in the market for a new home, you might want to keep an eye on these developments. The housing market seems to be stuck in a cold spell. Despite the popularity of cities like Boise and Austin, home prices across the country simply refuse to budge. In fact, according to the S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller U.S. National Home Price NSA Index, existing home prices have been steadily rising for 7 months straight now. It's a curious trend that speaks to the market's resilience amid so much economic uncertainty, but what does it actually mean for buyers and sellers? Before I disclose whether we can anticipate the continuation of these high prices, or if there might be a shift in the near future, please take a moment to support me by liking and subscribing if you're enjoying the video so far. Each like and subscribe is fuel for the algorithm that helps support this channel. Thank you. Now, back to what I was saying. We know that this is an unprecedented time in the housing market. Rising interest rates, changing work patterns, and shifting demographic trends are all reshaping what we expect from our homes and communities. And while the current market may seem frozen, there's always the possibility of a thaw, and with it, potentially new opportunities for both buyers and sellers to make their moves. The market is getting increasingly difficult due to high mortgage rates and property prices. And it's not just buyers who are feeling the pinch from limited inventory on the market. Sellers are also struggling to make a sale as buyers are dropping like flies. In fact, a new report by Redfin found that in October, a record number of sellers were forced to lower their asking prices in order to attract buyers. Despite the scarcity of available homes, the market is simply too competitive and demanding for buyers to make a purchase at inflated prices. This trend is concerning for anyone looking to sell their home soon, as it suggests that the market will get even more challenging in the coming months. As a seller, it's important to be prepared for these challenges by thinking creatively about how you can market your property to potential buyers. One option is to consider making some upgrades or renovations to your home to make it stand out from the crowd. This could include painting your front door or updating your kitchen appliances. By making your home more appealing to buyers, you'll be able to increase your chances of making a sale at a reasonable price. When it comes to the real estate market in Florida, things are getting pricey. In fact, it has now become the second most expensive market in the entire country. Traditionally, Florida has been known as a haven for retirees, but things are changing. 2 big factors are at play here. First and foremost, a limited housing supply is available for the influx of people who keep coming in. Second, plenty of cash buyers are driving up property values. Many newcomers have deep pockets and can afford to buy homes outright or put down hefty down payments. The locals simply can't compete. The average income in Florida is just not sufficient for such high-stakes buying. Some major corporations are relocating to Florida. It's true, but it's causing some concern among residents about job availability and the cost of living. Some people worry that the influx of new workers will drive up housing prices and create a shortage of well-paying jobs, affecting the housing market too. All of this means that the real estate market in Florida is becoming increasingly difficult to navigate. Whether you're a retiree or a native Floridian, finding affordable housing is no small feat. So if you're in the market for a new home in the Sunshine State, be prepared to shell out some serious cash. In the last 4 weeks ending on October 29th, nearly 7% of homes for sale in the United States overall had their prices dropped. That's the highest percentage since Redfin began tracking data in 2012. Surprisingly, this percentage is more than double the average of 3.6% of homes that typically experience a price reduction in any given month. Interestingly, this record percentage comes amid a consistent increase in mortgage rates, which have remained stable between 7.5% and 8% over the past month. Unlike previous years, these rates are currently the highest they've been in the past 2 decades. Nevertheless, it's important to note that even with the recent decrease in home prices, overall home prices are still up 3% compared to last year. If you are currently in the process of securing a mortgage for your dream home, you may be concerned about the latest trends in interest rates. Unfortunately, the news is not so favorable for potential homeowners, as mortgage rates have been up for most of this year, reaching a high of nearly 8% in October. There was a temporary dip in rates last Friday, which dropped to 7.4% in response to a disappointing jobs report. This report shows that only 150,000 jobs were created last month, 20,000 less than experts had anticipated. However, in the days since the report, rates appear to be inching back up towards that 8% benchmark. In fact, according to Mortgage Daily News, the current rate as of Monday stood at 7.48%. Unfortunately, if you're hoping for some relief in the near future, you may be disappointed. Many economists and real estate experts predict that mortgage rates will continue to hover around the 8% mark for at least the next few years. This could make it difficult for some people to afford their desired homes, as higher interest rates mean higher monthly payments. Due to the soaring cost of mortgages, many sellers are forced to decrease their prices to compensate for the added financial burden on home buyers. As per the data provided by Redfin, this issue has become quite prevalent in the real estate market. Nearly 25% of new home buyers are now paying a minimum monthly mortgage amount of $3,000. This staggering figure presents a significant problem for the average American, earning only about $4,600 a month. This means that a mortgage payment of such magnitude is simply unaffordable for most people. The impact of this issue has been felt far and wide, leading to a 15% year-over-year reduction in existing home sales activity during the month of September. This was something that Zillow had warned of way back in May, as the problem had already begun to take root. Simply put, the high cost of mortgages has become a major hurdle for those wanting to buy a new home, leading to a significant drop in sales activity. This has affected the real estate market for months. Recently, it has become increasingly common to see people opting for roommate arrangements, renting houses together, and working different shifts to make ends meet. This trend seems to be driven by the fear of missing out on opportunities and the rising valuation of real estate, which has now surpassed cities such as New York in terms of value. However, this trend is not without its challenges. Many individuals are facing major issues with the thousands canceling their homeowners insurance. Furthermore, property taxes have skyrocketed as a result of the sharp increases in real estate value, with some areas experiencing almost double the value in just the last 5 years. This has led to a significant financial burden on homeowners, especially those on fixed incomes or with lower-paying jobs, and the real estate market in Florida is no exception. According to Matthew Walsh, who is Moody's Analytics housing economist, sellers need to take drastic measures to keep potential buyers interested in their properties in a market with fewer buyers. One of the best ways for them to do so is by cutting prices. This move will undoubtedly offset any higher payments and encourage buyers to invest in homes while the market is favorable. If the housing market is to regain the much-needed momentum it requires, we must see some significant changes. For starters, mortgage rates either need to come down or home prices must drop. Continuing at the current rate will only yield meager growth over an extended period, as the lock-in effect fades away and affordability gradually improves. Zhao suggests that there is hope on the horizon. One possible way to lower mortgage rates is when there is clear evidence that the Fed has achieved its inflation targets, or when the economy shows clear signs of heading toward recession. With time, we may witness a stabilization of the industry, which will benefit both buyers and sellers alike. Real estate professionals and economists have similar expectations regarding the future of home prices, a continued drop through the end of 2023. If you're a seller hoping to achieve last year's prices or a buyer looking for a bargain, you may be in luck. Walsh says that the housing market is bound to experience a decline in prices over the next 2 years. John Walsh, the report's lead author, explains that despite low inventory, the prices are expected to drop by as much as 4.5%. The pessimistic outlook on the housing market is the combination of high interest rates and low demand. As per Walsh's predictions, the rates will remain at this level for longer. As a result, the demand for housing will continue to stay low until 2024. Furthermore, the housing market has been overvalued for the past 2 years, leading to a double-digit price growth increase. This increase has resulted in affordability reaching a 4-decade low. These factors will cause sellers to drop their list prices as they attempt to make their homes more accessible to buy. Despite a shortage of inventory, prices are expected to remain low due to high interest rates, low demand, and the overvalued nature of the market. It is certainly a challenging time for homeowners looking to sell their homes or for buyers looking to make their way onto the property ladder. Thanks for watching, and please make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed the video and leave a comment below letting me know if you're also seeing price drops in your neighborhood.